everybody, and welcome inside Kankakee High School. A historic game on the horizon. Metamora goes for its first regional championship in quite a long time. Alex Staub alongside Michael Dion. And Michael, you talk about the potential historic impact of this game. It would mean a lot because not only the history behind it, but Kankakee's a really good ball club too.
Yeah, they are. This Kankakee squad's really good. 28 wins on the season, only 4 losses, and those 4 losses, they're really good teams. Lincoln Way West and Kenwood are both ranked teams in 3A and 4A, and the other losses to Geneseo, 4A school, 25 wins, and they have another loss to a Rich South team that's a 3A squad that has 24 wins. So Kankakee's only lost this year to really, really good ball clubs. Metamora, as I'm sure you know, they haven't won a region in quite a long time. Yeah. They haven't won one in over a decade, and this would be a fantastic and important win in this program. But also keep this in mind. There have been some really solid Kankakee schools that have run around this area in the last little while. And other than 17-18, no team has made it out of the region. The K's have a penchant for not taking home a regional title, and you guys will certainly be hoping for some of that luck tonight.
The K's certainly have a couple of very quality players. I think you could say co-players to watch, Amani Williams and Ambernett Store. But really it does start, the offense flows with Ambernett Store averaging over 30 points a game.
Oh, yeah, and especially in the girls' game, you know, when you got a kid averaging 30 a game, that's one of their only offensive players. Not necessarily their only. This is a very high-scoring Kankakee team. But if you can neutralize or even slow down a 30-point-a-game player, if you can shave 10 of those points off, that is a huge swing at the high school level. And that can be the difference between winning and losing a game.
Metamora and number 7 Kankakee. The regional championship is on the horizon. Back with more of our pregame show next. Welcome back to Kankakee. Alex and Michael with you here as we get ready to go for tip-off. And I tell you what, this is a Kankakee team. We already talked about how high-scoring they can be, how up-tempo they can be. I got a chance to see their semifinal on Tuesday, and you got to keep them out of the transition game because when they start getting into it, especially if you don't get your act together on the other end of the floor, it's ball game.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you notice right away when you take a look at this K team, right? So what they like to do is enforce very simple basketball concepts, which is get the ball away from you, turn you over, get extra possessions for them, and then go run down the floor. They like to get down the floor on you. So if you're a Metamora, what do you do to counteract that? Well, first of all, you think about grinding down your own offensive game, make good, strong passes. Don't get sloppy with the basketball. That's one of my major keys for Metamora tonight. Don't turn the ball over. Keep the ball, hang on to it, make good passes. Don't take the risky looks because, look, you're in a regional title game. This is an opportunity that you had last year that you didn't do at Morton. So you know what? This time, let's make clean, crisp passes, and let's clean the offense up. Let's keep the offense clean, and if you get into trouble, work on cleaning it up first. Because if they don't turn you over, they can't score as many points. And that sounds kind of silly, and it sounds kind of basic, but that is a concept that a lot of teams have trouble executing. You see it across every rank of basketball. Guys, girls, high school, college, pros, little kids. Keep it clean. Because it's much harder to run going from baseline on an inbounds than it is when you're just going in fast break because you just got to steal at the other three-point line.
I think this game, especially from a Metamora perspective, is one of those where the number 7 in front of their name means nothing. Their 28-4 record means nothing. You have to go, and really you could say that for Kankakee. Both teams have to go out and play that, just like maybe a big rivalry game of sorts. 0-0, just another game. Because the minute you start thinking, oh, well, the number 7 team, they're 28-4, this is a regional championship, big game, that's when the game falls apart.
You don't have the problem of this team is 1-20, so we can't overlook them, right? Yeah. You don't have that issue. So you got to ignore the record on the low end, but you got to ignore it on the high end too. You're exactly right. If you're Metamora, you can't go, man, this team's got 28 wins. Oh boy, their only 4 losses are to teams that have at least 3 more wins than we do. Oh yeah, and some of those are ranked in 4A. right?
Yeah.
Like a Lincoln Way West, a great team in 4A, which Kankakee played reasonably well. And if you're Kankakee, you can't go into it with the mindset of this team's 21-8. They're a school from downstate Illinois. We'll walk them off the floor. Because if you get, you don't want to play tough, you don't want to play strained, you don't want to play tight. But if you get too loose and underestimate your opponent, then you're going to be in trouble. And that's where coaching and leadership comes into play. How do you get your girls focused, but also don't have them too wound up? Because if you're too wound up and you're thinking about it too hard, you're going to overthrow passes, you're going to miss shots. Just play basketball. Stay loose. You don't want to get silly.
No.
You don't want to get out of focus. But stay focused, stay calm, stay loose. And just don't even think about the record. Who cares? Personally, don't even tell them what their record is.
Yeah.
They can do if they want to look it up themselves, they can. But as me, from my brain, just don't even tell them. Tell them they're 0-0.
For Kankakee, their head coach, Annette Brandy, the interim head coach officially, former head coach John Maniatis was forced to resign about a week ago. What could that potentially do to a team in terms of being a real true test of adversity to you have one coach the entire season, and then I know we don't want to necessarily get into all the details because as far as I know, the investigation with him still ongoing.
Right.
But what could that do for a team in terms of, like I said, being a true test of adversity, trying to fight through that when you're so used to having this man for your season, and then all of a sudden, right before postseason play starts, he's gone?
It sure sounds like one heck of a mess happened here. And what that does to you is not only do you switch, this late in the season, you're not going to switch schemes. It's not like you're bringing in a new head coach who wants to run 2-3 instead of man-to-man, right? You're not going to change anything that severe. But what it does change is it changes the trust level of those players, consciously or subconsciously. You could have a situation, let's just think about this for a second. You're late into a game and you're the point guard. Let's say that the play that the other coach would call every time, let's say maybe the new head doesn't think that works in this situation. But the point guard says, we got 28 wins. We've been running this play all year. We're going to do it. And it costs you a game. It's not even, it's a subconscious thing. There may not be that deep enough level of trust. And it's not even at the forefront of their mind. It's just in the back of their head that impacts their decision making, that there could be a lapse. And that lapse is where you got to go get them. But also, what I just say 2-3 minutes ago, right? Not overlooking your opponent. Keep calm, keep focused, keep in the game, be clean, make smart decisions. And leadership is important in that, and the biggest leader on any team is going to be the coach.
Yeah.
That's what the job's for, right?
Yeah.
So if your coach changes before the region and you're in a pressure-packed game, the head of your leadership is different.
Yeah.
That's like if you were going public as a company, and the week before you go public, your CEO buggers off, right?
Yeah.
That would be terrible. It would be, it would be a disaster. People would be running around, right? Basketball's a bit different than that, of course. However, the point is still the same. If your leadership changes, there's going to be a repercussion to that.
For Metamora, for those that have followed this team through the whole season, obviously a very youthful club. Can situations like that help? Because I know I haven't really talked about this with you much, but this freshman class during their junior high careers doesn't know any worse than state. They made it to state every year of their junior high career. Can that, obviously there's a difference in the junior high and high school games, but can that help in terms of, not being maybe as stressed out for a game like this?
Well, this is not what they have those for necessarily. They have those to designate the best teams. But if you look at those squads, like when your 7th grade squad and your 8th grade squad, when you see those going to IESA State, you start to see the young talent come through. You start getting excited about the future of your program at the high school level. Then those kids start to come to high school. and you see their development start to accelerate. And the benefit to having gone to IESA State already is, now those arenas are not as packed as IHSA State, obviously, but they already know this is what a big game feels like. You know, let's say, I don't know the records, but let's say a team had gone undefeated and faced them or whatever. They know how to play teams with better records. They could already have that mental set. Now, this is another level, right? But you just got to put that out of your head. And Kankakee, they're not much more seasoned than Metamora is. Realistically, there was 1 junior and 2 seniors on this Kankakee team. They are their primary scorers. Technically, if you want to break down ages and give me technical, I'd tell you Metamora's got a higher age average than Kankakee does.
The Peoria Journal-Star in their weekly sports podcast picked Metamora to upset the K's. We'll see if that comes to fruition. Send it down to the public address announcer here at Kankakee for the starting lineup or national anthem, and then we'll take it over for starting lineups. Starting lineups here once again. Alex and Michael with you here. Getting ready for tip-off. We're going to start with the number 7 ranked Kankakee K's. Once again, interim head coach is Annette Brandy, first-team All-American at ICC, went to the Missouri St. Louis, and played a little semi-pro ball in Europe as well. Here is their starting lineup. Avery Jackson, 5'5" sophomore guard. Sydney Ramsey, 5'5" sophomore guard. Taylor Alberti, 5'7" junior guard. Amani Williams, 5'11" senior guard, and Ambronette Storr, 5'10" senior guard. For Metamora, as per the usual, Lexi McClure, 5'5" senior guard, averaging 4.2 points per game. Katie Lallemand-Deer, the 5'3" sophomore guard, averaging 3 points a game. Then the top 3 scorers in order almost. Kayla Pasha, the 5'11" sophomore forward, averaging 11 points a game, team high. Katie Ramage, the 5'9" freshman guard, 289 points on the year. She has a decent game. She could eclipse 300 tonight, 10 points per game. And then Alana Terry, 5'11" junior forward, 10 points per game. Redbirds, as always, led by head coach Brianna Morrow. In her 6 years at Metamora, has never accumulated a plus 500 career record with the Redbirds. That could change with a win tonight. She's 84-84 entering this game. So, Michael, I ask you your final thoughts here as we get ready to get down to the waning seconds before tip-off.
Final thoughts, waning seconds before tip-off. Well, another important aspect of basketball, rebounding the glass, not letting Kankakee run. Size is just going to be about even tonight. You're a little undersized compared to them at the guard positions, but the girls in deep are going to be the ones with the boards. You have a slight height advantage. Use that tonight, get rebounds early, and from that regional semifinal game, a lower scoring first half from Metamora than second half. Pick it up early, jump on them, see if you can catch them off guard.
This is a Kankakee team that if you slow down your tempo, if you start making mistakes, they're going to be just as ready on the other end to pounce on those mistakes. And we already talked about how up-tempo of a team they are. You do not want to mess that up.
No, you do not, but you want to make sure you can bust them out of rhythm. If at all possible, get them out of that rhythm.
Teams go out for the opening tip for Metamora. Kayla Pasha. For Kankakee, Amani Williams. Will the season end tonight, or will Metamora make history? Underway in Kankakee, Redbirds win the opening tip. Alex Dobb, Michael Dion on the call for you here. 3 regional final, winner to the Rock Island sectional next Monday. Lexi McClure works it over to Katie Lallemand-Deer. Redbirds have made over 100 threes this season. First time under Coach Morrow they've done that. Pasha. Up top, McClure. You can see they're really trying to control the tempo. Because Kankakee, you talk about that up-tempo style. Metamora is making sure that their tempo is the way this game's going to go. Tip pass, turnover to Ambronette Storr. That's the last person you want to have it. And then Amani Williams for 2.
And that happens because of a turnover, and the turnover occurs because you get a little sloppy. You go back to the same place, swinging it around one too many times.
Ramage traveled. Now, I will say that's technically not that official's call. It was the right call, but, you know, refs have their own cylinder, and it should have been the far sideline. But, oh well. 7:03 to go first quarter, 2-0 Kankakee lead. Now, this is interesting here. First time I've seen him, because I saw him 3 times at the Christmas tournament down in Bloomington Normal. Once on Tuesday. I've not seen them run a play this slow. Ambronette Store will shoot 2. Shooting foul on Metamora there first. Alana Terry.
It's really interesting because a lot of the games that Kankakee wins, they like to score above that 70 number.
Yeah.
And they could get under pace, but let's think about this for a second. You've said it, what, 6, 7 times?
Yeah.
High-paced team, high-paced team, high-paced team. You've beaten it down in this broadcast. And I'm not saying that's wrong. Just let me make my point.
Yeah.
Metamora may know high pace, high pace, high pace. So if you're Kankakee, you jam the gear shift down, throw it into first gear, and then second half when Metamora's going, okay, maybe they're not fast paced, turn it on.
Ramage no good there, and a rebound for Taylor Alberti. 3-0 K's, 6:36 first quarter, coast to coast no good. Pesha with the board. Got to move quickly, they're down a couple girls. McClure, corner 3, no good. Friendly fire rebound, but it goes to Taylor Alberti. Ambronette Store, traveled. That's a travel all day. They missed the call, I think. Rebound for Katie Ramage. Kayla Pesha lost it and traveled.
Really
right
good
idea.
Yeah, great up-court pass, really good court vision, just a little too hard on it. And that could be the early game jitters. That pass happens in Q3, it might not look that way. Might be a bucket.
6:06 to go first quarter, still on that 3-0 Kankakee score. Ramsey. Again, right now scoring between the 2 pregame players to watch, Amani Williams and Ambronette Store. Williams jumper good.
There's not much you can do about that on defense. That's just hitting a shot over your face.
Ramage in the middle to Pesha. Muscles it up, shooting foul Kankakee. Charge 2-31. That's who you want to start getting in foul trouble, if anybody. Ambronette Store, her first, team's first. Kayla Pesha at the line for 2 shots.
Store is going to go over, have a conversation with Brandy, talking about the other end, the offensive side of things. At least that's what it looks like. We're a little high up here, but so can't hear the conversation, obviously, but pointing to the other end of the floor.
Mother-daughter conversation, by the way, there. Pesha no good. Rebound tips to Ramage.
In a really bad situation here in that trap.
Had an open pass at the free throw line, too. Bucket on the other end is good. 7-1.
Getting out in front of your skis.
Ramage to McClure. Inside the lane, Terry fakes the defender out. 2 is good. First field goal for the Redbirds. 7-3, 5:07 first quarter.
That's a really nice move inside. A nice post move. Face up, go to the bucket, get the defender moving the other way.
K's look to answer. They have a 4-point lead right now. Their star Ambronette Store with the ball right now. Right past a couple of defenders. Williams tipped off Terry, now off Pesha. It'll stay Kankakee ball.
Really good switch off the pick and roll on defense. Did a really good job defending that. Kankakee's going to that early out of the sets.
Inbounds for Jackson. Kicked ball. It'll stay Kankakee ball. Metamora will take that.
Yeah, that's a bailout move. That's bailing out, having a bad inbounds play.
Metamora went for it again. Ambronette Store. Bucket no good. Rebound McClure. See if they can capitalize on this. Lallemand-Deer. Back up to McClure. 4-point deficit for the Redbirds. 4:33 in the quarter. Lallemand-Deer gets the offense rolling. Swings it over Ramage. McClure running baseline. Lallemand-Deer back to Ramage. Redbirds taking their time. McClure in the corner. Back up Lallemand-Deer. Hesitates inside the lane, lost it, but right to Kayla Pesha. Corner 3, Ramage up and no good. Rebound to Kankakee. And right in stride, Amani Williams, that's a charge. And Katie is hurt as well. Amani Williams. You can see that charge coming from the other side of the gym.
Oh, yeah. And, hey, that is a gutsy play on defense to take a charge. From
especially when you're one of the smaller players on the floor. And can't make mistakes like that.
Nope.
Timeout Metamora, it's a 30.
And this is the right call here. This is the absolute right call here. If you're Morrow, you've got to get a timeout in here, get everybody calmed down. Like I said, stay clean. But let's go back to that charge for a second.
Yeah.
That is somebody 8 inches taller than you running at breakneck speed into your face. And because of the height difference, that's like you're going to get the brunt of chest and shoulder into your head. That is a bold and gutsy play to get your team another possession. Unfortunately, you got to capitalize on those. You can't just give those back on the other end. Kankakee is playing really, really long right now, and they're playing really, really high up, and Metamora is not dealing with this well.
McClure on the inbound out of the timeout. Kankakee shows pressure. Redbirds break it easily. Ramage muscles it up and in.
See, that's exactly what you do, but I want the extra pass down to the right-hand corner there, down to the low block. That's exactly what you do. Move faster than their press can.
Ramsey at the point. Storr flashing up at the lane. They could have gotten it to her. Jackson floater good.
That is a really tough floater for Avery Jackson.
Kankakee hasn't missed too many shots here in the early going. Pesha to McClure. They get it across to Lalamandir. They're down a couple players. Lalamandir inside the lane, good. 4-point game.
So you're starting to get them to make mistakes, right? They're starting to overpressure on that defense. They're going for the throat a little too early, and you're starting to see capitalization going on.
Storr up top. She has 3 points right now. They lose the screen. Storr to the hoop, flips it up and in.
Ref's got to look at those feet. There is 3 or 4 steps going up towards that shot.
Pesha into the middle, Ramage. Redbirds have numbers for a bit. Ramage fadeaway, no good. Rebound for Taylor Alberti.
Not liking that shot when you got a player on a wing open for 3. Got to keep your head up and look across the floor.
Ramsey loses the 5-second count. 2:22 first quarter rather. Kankakee by 6. Storr shot fake and drive, no good. Rebound Williams. Over to a 3 for Alberti, no good. Rebound Ramage. Redbirds got to hurry. They do have numbers. Lalamandir to Pesha. Right block, fakes out the defender, draws the shooting foul.
That was a really good pass, a really good decision inside by Pesha. Fake shot that ball, get one by you. You got a second one coming, go up then, get to the free throw line.
6-point game, 2:04 to go in the first quarter. Kayla Pesha to the line for 2 shots. First one, good. 20, Jakia Ottman, 5'8" sophomore forward, is into the game.
Ottman in for Alberti. And you know what, Alex? Here's something I'll say. It's really hard for somebody to impact a game if they're not even on the floor. Getting people in foul trouble is a way to attack a team.
See how long Coach Brandy also rides Ambernett, Storr, and Amani Williams, kind of their big 2, if you will. Because eventually, if she rides them long enough, they're going to start getting tuckered out.
Yeah. And you got to have something left for the fourth quarter. It's not just one in quarter 1.
Storr, no good. Rebound Williams, put back and the foul.
Seeing a little bit of a problem on the defensive end for Metamora right now, Alex. We're getting a little cement block feet. And what I mean by that is you're not moving your feet. You're not getting up and down as fast. That is Imani Williams being quicker than you, not even necessarily out of pure talent or pure speed, but just out of pure mind. Metamora's playing a little slow right now. They're getting it a little too far ahead of them.
Williams misses the free throw. Redbirds on the other end look to pull within potentially a possession. McClure with Ramage running baseline. Now they get the movement. Lalamandir back to McClure, just over a minute in the quarter. Pesha back up to McClure. Over to the wing. Lalamandir Pass Red all the way across the way. Lallemand-Deer. Nice defense, bucket. And we're going to have a jump ball. Holy Toledo, how many times do you see that? Jump ball, possession, Kankakee.
That's a lucky break for Metamora there. And once again, offensively, clean, crisp passing. They are not getting the ball out quick enough. You get the feeling down on the floor, Metamora is starting to understand how this Kankakee zone works. They're getting that hole, so they shift the strong side to whichever side that the ball is on. So there is a weak side opening, so you can go down, back up top, then over to that weak side for a quick long 2, short 3 kind of thing from the short porch over there in the corner. Got to do that more and got to get quicker to that shot.
Store, no good, missed the bunny. Rebound, Elena Redgate.
Can't pick up the dribble there. Got bailed out though.
McClure across to Tyra now. Tyra, pass across, fouled by Ambronette Store. She's in foul trouble now. That's 2. That's big time.
Yeah, it is, but Metamora is still not happy about that possession. Morrow's not happy at all. And the reason you're not happy with that is because, like I said, you're getting cement block feet and you are letting them come out to you and pick you.
Patient, no good. Rebound, Ramage on Store. Put back, good.
Strong, go back up. Get the rebound, go up strong. If you don't make it, you get a foul.
2 first quarter fouls for Ambronette Store. You could say the headline right now. Hands it off Jackson. Back
They're
to
just
Williams.
burning time for the final shot. At least that's what it looks like.
Nice defense. Redbirds do all they can. No good. Rebound tips down and around, and another foul on Ambronette Store, I believe. Ambronette Store, 3 first quarter fouls.
This Kankakee crowd isn't happy about it.
Brianna
He's gonna
Sneed.
have to come in.
That's big time for Kankakee because Store is 2 fouls away from fouling out, and we aren't even done with the first quarter. Tyra traveled.
That's a walk. Remember what I said 5 minutes ago in this game? A way to attack a team is to get them in foul trouble because you cannot impact the game if you're not on the floor. There you go. That is an
no good there. Wild shot. First quarter is in the books. We'll be right back in a little bit. 4-point lead for the Case. Back here in Kankakee, Alex Stott, Michael Dion. Michael, easy first quarter headline. Ambronette Store in major foul trouble. She's going to have to sit out a lot of this first half.
You have to sit her out the rest of the first half. Because if she picks up 2 fouls in the fourth, you can probably live with that. But if you play her in the second half and if you play her in the second quarter, she gets the 5 fouls, you don't have her for 2 quarters. Now if you're in Kankakee, at least with your usage of Store, you're in risk management mode.
Tyra, inside the lane, Redgate, jumper, no good. Good look, though. I think just a tough luck miss there.
Very good look, tough luck miss. And by the way, another thing I want to say real quick before this Kankakee possession, they made a lot of stuff early in that first quarter. Misses have got to come at some point.
Williams, fairly easy bucket there.
Although you're not going to miss that. They're not going to miss that if you don't move your feet on defense and get in front of somebody. Blocks are a thing, but you got to get in front of people and make them go up into you and see if you can get them to miss a shot.
Redbirds within 6, 17-11, 7:08 second quarter.
I want to look at one of the small things. What Ramage did earlier on this possession, she almost threw the ball away to Grace Tyra. Then she second-guessed it. She knew it was coming. She's learned.
McClure, corner 3. Oh, almost banked it in. Rebound, Avery Jackson. Up top, open 3. No good. Rebound, Redgate. Kay's nearly fouled there. Redgate on Williams. 2 up and in. 4-point game. Timeout, Kankakee. 30-second timeout. 6:34 second quarter. 4-point game, Michael. You can tell the K's are hurting without Amber Store.
I'm not gonna say I called that timeout, by the way, but this
You're
is
a genius.
A minute and 26 seconds into this second quarter. If this is what the rest of the game looks like, Metamora's, I mean, obviously the shots will go down, but Metamora is going to win this game because these first couple of possessions of this second quarter, Metamora is being quicker, like I said they need to be. They are quicker to the passes. They are quicker getting the ball. I mentioned that decision that was made by Ramage, right?
Yeah.
They are learning when Kankakee likes to jump and go for it. Now you fake that now the second time, now that you know they do that, now you fake that pass, drive it into the middle. We saw that happen. Just couldn't get the shot to go down.
Avery Jackson gets it across. 4-point game, potentially one possession with a 4-point play. Obviously not a big deal right now. Imani Williams, reach-in foul on Metamora, their third. Elena Redgate, her first, team's third.
She's not too happy about that, but just put that aside and keep playing basketball.
Jackson into Williams. Quick pass down low, Jackson, no good. Wild shot, rebound, put back, no good. Rebound, another put back to foul on Ramage. Her first, team's fourth. Free throws for the K's.
Kankakee, first quarter, they looked very loose. They looked like they were just playing with their friends. Metamora, the Redbirds are really, really stiff. They look like they're playing in a pressure-packed game. First couple of minutes of this second quarter, before that timeout, that flipped. That first quarter break calmed Metamora down.
Katie Lallemand-Deer for Lexi McClure. 4-point lead for the K's. 6:11 second quarter. This is Taylor Alberti. First free throw is no good. Second one is good.
And if you can get Kankakee to keep missing free throws, that helps you late in more ways than one.
Lallemand-Deer back in for Metamora. She has it at the point. Inside the lane, Redgate jumper, good.
I love that middle look.
3-point game, 18-15, 5:53 until the break.
Because Kankakee recognized, okay, so you want to take me side to side. You want to take me low corner, so we're going to spread this out. Metamora has responded by saying, okay, you want to spread me out? I'm going to go right in the middle of you. I'm going to get a closer shot.
Nice defense by Ramage there, forces the miss. Redbirds in transition. They could tie with a three.
You've got an open corner right now. Take it.
Tyra to Redgate. Dangerous pass. Too many white jerseys.
Yep.
Imani Williams, coast to coast. No good. Rebound and putback. No good. Rebound, Pesha. Redbirds have numbers. Got to hurry, girls. Ramage. Left wing. Fakes the three. Floater. No. Rolls in.
Gets the shooter's roll.
1-point game, under 5 minutes to go in the half.
Gotta get to the defensive class. Too many offensive boards. If it's not for all these old boards for the K's, we have a different team leading this game.
Yep. No, this isn't the NBA. That can't be an and one. Only problem, though, now Katie Ramage with two. Nevaeh Lowe is into the game for Kankakee. Couple of returning players for Metamora. Baseline inbound, Jackson to Williams.
Williams is going to go right hand here.
No, rolls in as well.
Right to the left. I guess I should have said she saw that opening in the middle.
3-point lead for Kankakee. 4:34 second quarter. Lallemand-Deer to Tyra. Underneath, wide open, Kayla Pesha. Back to a 1-point game.
Redgate sets the screen so you can't have the help come back over, lead the pass down inside, turn right to the bucket.
Jackson back at the point. Sydney Ramsey will enter next dead ball for the K's. Imani Williams. You can feel the frustration from the Kankakee crowd. They're wanting their players to keep it moving.
Well, they're expecting a high-paced game and to blow them out of the
Steal.
That's a great steal.
Travel. Sydney
That's
Ramsey.
the second exchange on that possession where you could get a steal there if you just stick the hand in, and McClure realized it.
By the way, real quickly, the game that would play our game in the sectional, I know we're tape delay, but Peoria High 15-7 over Rock Island after a quarter. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. It'll be kind of interesting to watch tape delay. We're sitting here updating a game live, but it's tape delay, but obviously a very important game for whoever wins this. 1 point lead for the K's. They look to extend it. Alberti pulls up for three. Wide left. Rebound Redgate. Redbirds for the lead. Lallemand-Deer. Pesha.
Wow.
And the foul. Redbirds in front. Taylor Alberti, her second, team sixth. One shot for Kayla Pesha.
I feel like I can speak things into existence in the moment about 5 minutes ahead of time, right? Because about 5 minutes ago, I says, you know what's going to happen? I says the shots are going to start missing for Kankakee at some point. Guess what's happened the last 6-7 possessions? The shots aren't going down.
Ooh, wide right there on the free throw by Pesha. Last touch by Kankakee.
Sloppy rebounding. Kankakee's getting reserved. They're getting tight. They're getting T-Rex arms. They're not. Williams is the only one staying long.
They're not used to being in games like this. Off Jackson stays Kankakee ball. But yeah, like I said, to make my thought a little more extended here, they're not used to being in games like this. They're not used to being 3.5 minutes away from losing at halftime. Katie Lallemand-Deer at the point. Over to the left corner, Tyra, big three. No good, misses everything. Lexi's got to be careful. They don't call a foul there. Jackson on the other end, pulls up for three, wide right. Rebound Pesha, and she is fouled. One in bonus for Metamora.
That foul's going to be on Armstrong. Now you're in the bonus. Capitalize on the free throws. Stay cool, because at some point, here's what's going to happen with Metamora. They're going to look at that scoreboard and go, oh my God, we're winning this game. We are winning a regional right now. Right?
Don't look at it.
Right. Don't look at it. Don't think about it. Just stay calm.
Pesha, one in bonus is good. One more on the way. Brianna Sneed back in.
They were jittery and nervous early and knew what kind of game they were playing early. And now, when it seems they forget the situation that they're playing in, when they loosen up, look what they're doing.
No good there. Rebound Williams. Up ahead to Sydney Ramsey. Redbirds by 2. Jackson to Sneed. Jackson again. Tip pass stolen away. Turnover. And then turned right back. And then not a good foul there.
A situation where you see a teammate get a steal, but they are facing away from the other end. You got to go get the ball, because that's just a player saying, I don't want to travel. I don't want to throw this ball out. I've got to pick a side and fire it out of my hip pocket. You got to get back to the ball, get face up, and then push on from there.
Free throw line is Avery Jackson. As the gym falls silent, free throw is good.
Except for you, of course.
23-22 Kankakee, 2:55 second quarter.
Yeah, are you capable of falling silent? Is that possible?
I don't know. Lallemand-Deer at the point. Tyra runs baseline. Kankakee has that marked off well.
Right corner.
Lallemand-Deer. Yep, they got it.
Or left corner.
Wing, essentially.
Yeah.
2:33 until the break. Tyra back to Lallemand-Deer. Now look at this. They have left corner. Redgate, good.
Redgate bails out your point guard. They're not looking left hand. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's part of the offense, but Metamora's kind of ignoring that left hand side of their vision.
Williams.
I'm really big on Redgate right now. She looks really good.
Amani Williams on the drive. Flipped up. Offensive foul! And now Amani Williams and Ambernette Store are in foul trouble.
Come on, if you're Amani Williams, what? There are 3 Redbirds there. You jump in the air. That's gonna be an offensive foul if you sniff somebody. That's just, you gotta play smarter than that. Now, if you take her out of the game, this is a whole different
Metamora just got dealt a very favorable hand with both of the studs for Kankakee in foul trouble the rest of the way.
And you know what? You see the rest of Kankakee, they don't want to take shots.
Youngquist nearly loses it. Redgate, ooh,
Oh.
right idea, couldn't get a grip on the pass quick enough. Williams, out of bounds to Metamora.
And you get bailed out by a bad pass on the other end, but hey, that is the right decision. But it happens in football a lot too, right? You gotta catch the pass before you turn upfield. You gotta catch it before you pass it again.
1 point lead for the Redbirds, 24-23, 1:26 second quarter. Lexi McClure, nice piv, Redgate, good.
So that is a pick and roll without setting the pick. That is a pick just using somebody's body and using the fact that Kankakee swarmed to the ball carrier, a ball handler against them, making 3 people in a 1-foot space unable to turn around and play defense.
Avery Jackson, over to the wing, Ramsey. Amani Williams, 2 fouls. Ambronette Store on the bench with 3.
She won't drive now.
Williams, and that's a reach-in foul. She knew, she saw the defense, she was able to dribble in and draw that contact.
So like hip to hip, right? When her hips were square to her defender's square. This entire first half, she has driven on that opportunity. She has opened the hip of the defender and said, I'm just gonna go around you, I'm faster than you. Now with 2 fouls, 1 of them offensive, now when hips are neutral, she doesn't wanna go for it anymore.
1 in bonus missed. Youngquist back to Lalamandir. Under a minute to go, Redbirds by 3. They could take a multiple possession lead before the half. Lalamandir. Fake over to McClure. I don't even know what's going on. Pasha.
Oh, right behind you. There's wide open 3 behind you for a good 3-4 seconds.
Down to 23 seconds. Youngquist back up to Lalamandir. You think they hold the last shot now with only 20 seconds left?
No, because you do it too long, you're gonna turn the ball over. Right
not
there.
That good. Not a good pass. Jackson.
Offensive.
Blocking foul. Can't give him a charge every time, I think is probably the logic of that call.
No, not even that. Maybe didn't have the feet set. I'll take that. 8.6, they can't, unless they brick one, go back out. Not a good chance that they get the lead as long as you hang on to the ball. Not a good chance that they lead at half.
Fundamentals. Come up the biggest in the biggest games.
Yep.
Avery Jackson at the line. No good.
And Kankakee's also having a lot of problems from that free throw line. A lot of them.
They've missed 4 in this quarter alone.
And
that would have them up by 1.
That's another thing I spoke to. He says that I said that in the first quarter too.
1 more free throw for Jackson. Up and in.
What's the reverse of the broadcaster's jinx?
Redbirds are going to lead at the half. Lalamandir, Youngquist to beat the buzzer. Runner no good. Tipped off Pasha. We'll take it. Redbirds in front at the half. Halftime score, Metamora 26, Kankakee 24. Holy cow, I think Metamora's happy they're in front right now. We're going to take a couple minutes off, then be back with halftime stats. Back here in Kankakee, Alex Staub, Michael Diane with you, getting ready for the second half. Metamora up 2 at the half. Store with 3 fouls. Williams with 2.
Yep.
I'm not asking you to be a genius here, but take yourself inside the minds of Ambronette Store and Amani Williams. Their 2 studs have to play potentially the last game of their careers in foul trouble.
I'm thinking very conservatively, and before we start this game, I want to say this. I think Metamora is winning this game because Kankakee walked out of this half like they were at their own funerals, not at a basketball game. Metamora walked out differently. Kankakee right now is playing with that mindset of, we got to win this game. Metamora is playing with, we can win this game. Kankakee playing not to lose, Metamora playing to win.
Store no good. Rebound to Williams underneath Jackson. Good.
There is so much, you can tell it on their faces, there is just so much more pressure on Kankakee. They look like they know Metamora's record. We talked about this early. It's like they feel they should beat this team, and they're not. And like that's a problem for them.
Lallman-Deer to the hoop, blocked by Williams, right into the hands of Alana Terry.
Now you got two people standing on the low block. Have somebody step out. Here we go.
Ramage on the other end.
Oh, that's a great pass.
Back to Ramage, right wing three. No good. Rebound off Alana Terry, Kankakee ball.
I don't care that she misses the shot. That opportunity for Ramage is created by her own pass. Not that she passed it to herself, but she passed it, pulled the defense, went back to the same location, pulled them away, got the look back.
Taylor Alberti, dangerous pass, falls right to Ambronette Storr.
Lalamander's got to have her head up. If she does, she's got to steal.
Storr, spin move, up, blocked, and then a very late whistle comes in on Metamora. Alana Terry, her third.
The
Team's
only thing that touched Ambronette Storr was the basketball coming back to her face, not the defender.
Free throw good. Redgate for Terry. Elena Redgate leading the scorer at halftime. Free throw, good.
Somebody get inbound the ball. There we go.
2-point lead for Kankakee.
Metamora is really excited for this possession, Alex. They didn't want to inbound it at the other end. They wanted to get going.
Ramage, jumper, good.
Hey, that's why they knew they were going to get points.
Nice defense, Lallman-Deer gets the steal. I believe Sydney Ramsey was waiting to get the play call from Coach Brandy. No good there. Rebound, Avery Jackson. That's going to be a foul on Katie Ramage.
That's why you get the play call before you cross into enemy territory, because if you're staring over there going, hey, what am I doing? Not looking at the basketball, not managing the ball, boop, out it comes.
Ottman for Kankakee and Tyra for Ramage.
Ramage just had one good ball game doing the little things, the fundamental stuff. And hitting shots, of course.
Jackson. Down to Williams. Flip it out to Alberti. Inside the lane, Williams. Nice move, no good. Tip to Storr. Storr blocked by Pasha. That is a block all day. And Redbirds get an and one and not in their favor.
When you whack the top of the ball, that's not the top of their head.
Free throw for Storr. Good.
Ambronette Storr's got their last 5 points.
31-28 Kankakee, 5:43 third quarter. Lallman-Deer over to McClure. Over to Tyra, right wing.
They want to go middle real bad.
Nice passing. McClure, three, wide left. Rebound. Scrum for it, ends up with Amani Williams.
That's 3 straight open threes that have not gone in. Got to make your shots. They're getting really good offensive look. They shouldn't get discouraged offensively. Just got to get a little stronger and get it in.
Williams. Off the head of Kayla Pasha. Out of bounds to Kankakee.
Just means you're playing good tight defense.
Williams. Traveling violation, they missed it. Storr to the hoop, nice move. That's almost 3 in the key. Jackson, they'll have to reset now. Under 5 minutes, third quarter.
Trying to clear it out, set some up to go baselines here.
Ambronette Storr pulls up for 3. No good. Rebound tips to Redgate. We have a scrum for the ball. Possession arrow, Metamora. Jump ball to the Redbirds.
So this is Kankakee getting tunnel vision towards their star player because Sydney Ramsey has rolled off this second pick, and she's back on the right-hand side, but they go to store. They force it to the left where there's the defender.
Tyra gets it across, tightly defended, gets one defender down. McClure to Redgate, jumper, good.
She is deadly from inside the paint.
1 point lead for the K's, 31-30, 4:23 third quarter. Missed an illegal screen down there on the right block. And Store to the hoop, good.
That's honestly incredible to me that she makes that because that's into 3 people in no man's land.
Tipped out of bounds, stays Metamora ball. Redbirds maybe don't need a score here, but it'd be the first multiple possession lead Kankakee's had in a while. McClure to Pasha. Flips it back out to Lallman-Deer. Tyra right wing open 3, no good. Rebound Williams.
That's 0 of 4 from 3 points, and that's what's happened on 4 of the last 5 possessions. No, I like this. Go up and play the possession. There you go. Don't hesitate. Don't think about it. Go up and play a passing lane. Get in a lane. Get turnovers. Get possessions.
Williams to the hoop. No good. Gets her own rebound. I don't like that shot selection. Take it up strong. Don't volleyball tip it. Lallman-Deer back to Tyra. Right wing.
Don't be afraid to shoot. You may have missed, but don't be afraid.
McClure back to Tyra. Turnover.
Yeah, I'm getting a
good timeout there by Coach Morrow.
The next words out of my mouth were, I'm getting a timeout soon, and I heard a whistle. So, look, this is just like, hey, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to shoot the basketball, all right? Yeah, we missed some shots. Guess what? This is basketball. The best three-point shooter on the planet is considered to be Stephen Curry. He's not over 50% on any of his seasons, right?
No.
You're not gonna hit every three-point shot you make. So if you miss one, if you're 0 for 7, then yeah, I understand. But if as a team you miss 4 3-pointers in a row, that's okay. Keep shooting. You're not down 50, you're down 3. One of those goes in and you're back to tie.
3:19 third quarter, 33-30 Kankakee.
And the shot hesitation is the reason Kankakee has the ball right now. So you call a timeout, get him calm down, get him to understand that.
Ambronette Store hands it off Amani Williams. Just going back and forth at the volleyball line.
Yeah, so they're going to draw this out. Now they're going to try and go
travel.
inside.
Yep, double dribble. You could have called it travel, too.
So what you can do defensively there is pinch your back two men into man-to-man. See if you can draw a corner and get somebody in a passing lane here.
Redgate, Tyra, 3. No good. Rebound tipped Redgate. Last touched by Redgate. Kankakee ball.
But like I said, I still like the shot. I love the look that you're getting. I like the shot selection. You're just going. Here's the good news, right? You're really, really cold right now. You're only down 3.
That's a travel. Yep. Now, I will say, play a little bit devil's advocate here. They potentially maybe didn't need to call out a travel because nobody had full possession, so it's hard to call a travel when you can't tell if somebody has full possession.
I'm not getting to get screedy. Timeout Kankakee, and yeah, they need this one. This is, both teams, it's gone kind of quiet in here. It's gone, the only thing you can hear is clanking rims. And the reason that is you notice with Soar and with one, I have another question. I actually have a question for you because I haven't necessarily been looking at this directly. When's the last time Amani Williams touched a basketball? It's like she's out of the game. And she's the one with 2 fouls. They're letting Store do all the work. But if I'm Metamora, and if I'm Lady Redgate and Ambronette Store starts coming towards me, I'm thinking about maybe going down to my butt here and seeing if you can get an official to get a charge and get that 4th foul because Storr is driving out of control. When she does, if you can hit the deck once, you might get an extra possession and her in foul trouble.
Jackson, 2 is good.
An unsafe pass leads to an unsafe score.
First multiple possession lead for Kankakee in quite some time.
Since first quarter, I think.
Sounds right. Lallman-Deer inside to Redgate. Take that, E. 2 is good.
Every time Kankakee gets a little bit spread out, they go boom right into the middle and hit them hard.
Avery Jackson over to the wing, Alberti. Williams at the elbow. Storr, mismatch, 2 no good. Gets her own rebound. Put back up and in.
Tyra's just trying to make sure she doesn't foul there. That's why she doesn't get the O board.
Redgate, another turnaround jumper. Ooh, no good, just bounces out. Amani Williams. Underneath Storr. How's that an and 1?
Foul for what?
Grace Tyra, her second. Team's 4th. Storr will go to the line. Ramage back in for the Redbirds.
Storr is going unchecked inside right now. She's getting whatever shot she wants.
Free throw, good. 8-point game, 1:30 to go. See if the Redbirds can get a little push here before the end of the quarter. Redgate, Youngquist, right wing 3. No good. Rebound tipped Pasha. Great board there. Lallman-Deer, no good. And a rebound for Jakaya Ottman.
4 people inside going for the board. Don't drive back in, take 3. How does that go in?
Storr.
That is just luck.
Lallman-Deer back to Ramage. Tipped out, Kankakee, Metamora ball.
A really high punch into the air. Not a hard enough pass. Now you're down 10. The misses are starting to affect you. But remember, Kankakee did the exact same thing in the second quarter. This is going to be a tight game late. Open 3 here.
Youngquist, 3 is
there
good.
We go. Now you just hope that makes spreads like an infection throughout your whole team and gets everybody going.
Avery Jackson, will Kankakee hold for the last shot? .33 seconds.
So the end game of this possession is going to be, you're going to see them want to get Storr isolated on her own, face up with somebody.
Jackson, no good. Rebound Jackson, put back. How can you even see a foul from that angle?
They're getting really foul happy on this end.
Lallman-Deer, her second.
I am really surprised that you go to Avery Jackson there, considering the face-up success this Storr has been having.
First free throw. No good. We'll take
really
it.
Short.
Avery Jackson toes the line once again.
Kankakee's not going to press off this. They've already got 2 deep back.
No good as well. Rebound Ramage. Redbirds could go for a buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter.
Redgate's middle wide open.
That's a foul, yep. More arm than ball.
That was pretty lucky there. You bail out Lallman-Deer, and that really easily could have been, in my opinion, a jump ball or a travel.
Sideline inbound for Katie Ramage, 8.7 seconds. Sneed for Kankakee replaces Storr. They don't want her to get that 4th foul right at the end of the quarter.
Well, they want Storr to get freshened up for the 4th. I bet she's out till like minute 4, maybe?
Pasha tipped.
Just not enough strong enough inbound to do that.
Stolen away.
That was a little
They let
unnecessary
a lot
shove
go
at the
there
end.
before the timeout. 30. No, it's got to be a full. Yep. Full timeout, Kankakee. 0.7 seconds, third quarter.
I think Metamora's got a case there for technical. One of the K players just kind of ripped Lallem at it right off the basketball. Right out of the scrum, just threw it to the ground. I mean, you'll be able to go back and see it on the tape, but that one looked a little suspicious to me. Suspicious. Kankakee's ready to go. They know what they want to do.
0.7 on the clock. Kankakee only has 2 timeouts left the rest of the way. So now you're forced to use those wisely as well. 2 fulls, actually. 2 fulls left for Kankakee. Metamora has 3 fulls.
So you're at 0.7. It's got to go something to the rim. There's no chance for a catch and shoot 3. Just make sure you don't get something on the block. So where you can turn and just pitch it up.
Jackson.
Don't even defend the outside.
No good. We're headed to the fourth quarter. Metamora needs a big, well, not big, but you could say a big effort of a comeback in the fourth quarter. 42-35 Kankakee at the break. Back here in Kankakee, Alex Dunn, Michael Dion, and Michael, this is it.
Yep.
You got 8 minutes left to salvage your season after a big 18-point third quarter by the K's. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out.
And if you're Lexi McClure, this is especially important because this could be the last quarter of your career.
Very true. They go without, nope, Store's hiding behind Ramage. Never mind.
They're going inside the store. Metamora knows it and got the steal.
Ramage with the steal.
Telegraphed that like it was a Civil War. And then Metamora telegraphs a pass on the other side.
Got to control the ball.
Oh, that was nice.
Williams, hesitation. Alberti runs into Alana Terry straight up. Yep, good call there. Jump ball to Metamora. 2 things there. Straight up and was not the one to initiate contact.
Man, oh man, that Alberti Williams behind the back move was nice.
It sure was.
That was pretty.
McClure stolen. Got to control the ball. Store. Lexi straight up. What can Metamora do with that? McClure, her first, team 6th.
I think McClure thinks that there was a charge there at the beginning. That she was pretty celebratory when she hit the floor, but unfortunately not so. But so Metamora's figured out at this point that the best thing to do is go in the middle, and Kankakee understands that the best thing that Metamora can do is go in the middle. So now let's look to the outsides again. Don't pass it inside, fake it inside.
45-35 Kankakee, 7:20 to go in the Redbird season. Pass was tipped. Ramage across to Youngquist. Underneath Redgate. Nice look, Alana Terry open for 2.
Easiest shot in the book.
Baby steps. Avery Jackson. Over to Taylor Alberti. Jackson again, Store posting up.
See, look at Ramage. She's playing like she's offense, not like she's on defense. That's exactly what you want to do. Don't let them get her the ball.
Williams, big call here. Stays Kankakee ball.
Yep, that's the right call. That's off Youngquist.
Lallem Deer for Youngquist. Baseline inbound for Avery Jackson. Store underneath, Ramage straight up, good no call. Store, yep, that was not straight up though.
So what happens on that possession is Store goes straight up, misses, and then Ramage leaves to go deeper under the bucket. You're not going to get the rebound under there. Don't know why she takes that step back. Then when Store gets her on board, Ramage has to come forward, step forward. Easiest foul call for that official to make.
First free throw good for Storr. Back to a 9-point game, 6:39 to go. Storr's second free throw is good. 10-point game, 6:36 to go.
And Ambernet Storr is the biggest reason for this lead. Got the cutter.
McClure. That's not a good pass. Ambernet Storr, straight up, good no call, gets the bucket.
On the other end for Metamora, right
Metamora's
pass.
calling for a timeout. They didn't give it to her. This far ref, the dude's running right by Coach Morrow, and they don't grant her the timeout. That's potentially valuable time off the clock.
Who's got to calm everybody down, drop a play, and like on the other end on this last possession. So that's the right pass. That's the open person. Just the wrong pass selection and the wrong angle.
2 points for Metamora this quarter, whereas for Kankakee, Ambernet Storr with 7. Let's see here, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 123, 26 points for Ambernet Storr. They got 49.
Oh, forget that, 26 points for Ambernet Storr. You got 37. She's almost outscored your whole team.
Yeah, and she's got to stay. If you're Kankakee, she's got to stay out of foul trouble, because the minute she picks up that fourth, I think you don't risk it and you take her out of the game.
If you're still up 12, then yeah.
6:17, fourth quarter. Kankakee by 12, 49-37.
I mean, if you want my personal opinion, I'm taking Storr out now, because remember what I said earlier about risk management?
Yeah.
I would pull her out now, because you know she can get a bucket whenever she wants, right?
Yeah.
So pull her out now, save her for the next 3 minutes, or, you know, whenever your lead starts to break down.
Ramage will inbound to Lallman-Deer. Back to Ramage. Cross-court pass, Tyra. 12-point game, 6:06 to go.
No, I like the step up by Grace Tyra. It's a good idea. Make the pass quicker. Just, it was that the passer threw it like she was 2 steps back. Miscommunication. Good idea, just went on the same wavelength. And now we're going to see the press come out.
Williams. Up ahead to
Very
Alberti.
relaxed press come out.
Jackson. Kays will try and control. Nice defense by Lallman-Deer. Out of bounds, Metamora ball.
I don't know. What else you got to do for a double dribble?
Redbirds need to push late. Terry to Ramage.
Wide open.
Dangerous pass, Lallman-Deer, Tyra, corner 3, good. Back to single digits, 9-point lead for Kankakee. Yeah, that's not a good foul. Ramage, her 4th, team's 8. 1 in bonus for Jackson. Pasha for Ramage.
Katie Ramage is only a freshman guard. Give her a lot of credit for how she's played. She'll see this again.
Yeah.
You can tell with these players that are returning next year. She will see this again, and this will be valuable experience, even if they don't win this game.
Free throw good.
You know, this is one of those kind of games, so like, you're down 10, you miss some shots in the third quarter. This is one of those games where for those all but one returning for next season, this is where you look at those and you go, okay, this is what we did last year. We play a better second half. We make shots. We win that game.
Free throw good. 11-point lead, 5:22 to go.
But for the here and now, you got to get open threes.
They called that a foul on Metamora on the other end. Terry to
That's
Pasha.
a walk they didn't get.
Yeah.
And this is a mess of a possession.
Redgate, not a good pass there. Pasha somehow gets it. Tyra, big 3 here.
Good extra pass.
Good.
And good 3. There's at least 2 travels that don't get called there. Metamora getting lucky. Better to be lucky than good.
Tipped out by Pasha. Kankakee ball, 4:54 to go. Amani Williams. To Avery Jackson. They get it across to Ambernett Storr.
Storr's in a lot of trouble.
Push off.
Back.
Oh, she pushed off. Grace Tyra, her third.
There's not defender contact there. The offensive player initiated it. There is contact there.
One in bonus. We have our new version of a star that gets all the calls. Storr free throw good. A couple years ago, it was Brandy Bisping for Morton. I think we found a new one. Storr, both are good.
Well, she can get twos, but hey, get some threes. You got one open right now.
Tyra back up to Lallemand-Deer. Nice passing. Terry.
Extra pass.
Redgate jumper, no good. Rebound Alberti.
Too heavily contested. You could swing and then extend out again.
Jackson jumper, no good. Rebound Redgate. Redbirds push, they got numbers, but they slow it down.
Going to the corner with nobody near her. They're not looking right corner.
Tyra to Pasha. Drives, two, fakes out the defender, no good. Rebound Terry. Redgate, back to Lallemand-Deer.
Look.
Redgate, Pasha. Tyra to Redgate, nice look, Pasha. It's an offensive, no call, okay. And Metamora gets the ball there.
Yeah, that's an offensive foul. And
Brandy is, yeah, it's a technical.
Toss. There's a warning on the coach for the K's. Not happy about there being no offensive foul, and she whips the jacket and yells at the official, and he gives her a warning.
Tyra to Terry. Lallemand-Deer to Pasha. They got the open pass. Tyra. Oh, Lallemand-Deer floater good.
Okay, all right. I was just going to complain you don't look to your right and see an open three, but okay.
8-point game, 3:22 to go. Williams lost it. Stolen Tyra. Grace Tyra, Kayla Pasha. Fouled on Amani Williams, that's her third.
Starting to get interesting. Timeout, Kate.
Timeout, Kankakee. They only have one timeout left.
And hey, look, if you're Kankakee and you're in that Brandy, you got to control yourself here. You cannot get technical because technical foul gives them extra points for no reason. You don't even need a turnover to get points off a tech, right? You just keep control of yourself. Don't lose it. As the coach, you know, not even the players. The players are giving it their all out there, but just as the coach, you got to keep yourself under wraps.
And obviously, this is definitely the point of the game. Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't think of it being a regional championship. Just play your game. So Storr and Williams with 3 fouls apiece to 8-point lead. Boy, surely has been an exciting one. Metamora, you could say, has had, other than maybe a little bit of that first quarter, has honestly, maybe you could say, been the better team.
They have within reason, and like I've been saying for a lot of this second and third quarters, and just a bit of this fourth, better shots. Not making them, though. Not going down.
Tyra, Terry, Kankakee fell asleep. Alana for 2.
That's exactly right. That's getting lulled to sleep.
Ambernett Storr. 6-point game, 3 minutes to go. Williams to Alberti. Travel.
That's a walk.
Ambernett Store on the drive. Terry straight up, good no call. Store rebound, put back blocked. Taken away by the Redbirds. Jump ball to Kankakee. And Avery Jackson needs to be careful. She just threw an elbow.
Nothing aggressive there, though, from Jackson. Just wants to get the ball out.
Amani Williams will inbound near baseline. Nope, now Avery Jackson will.
Does they want to go to Williams?
Ambernett Store and one. She's going to get that call every time. Grace Tyra, her fourth. Katie Ramage back in. Alana Terry out.
So they do a little stunt action where you get two things set up. You look like you want to go to Williams, but you just go to Store face up.
Store good. 9-point lead, 2:43 to go. Starting to get officially into crunch time. Ramage to Tyra. Pass underneath, Pasha. Oh no, misses the bunny. Rebound of Monty Williams.
You gotta make that.
And Metamora's defense on the other end falls asleep.
Just couldn't get back. Kankakee was ready for that possession. Metamora wasn't.
Ramage, no good. Rebound, Alberti. Lost it out of bounds. She was out of bounds. Her foot was out of bounds.
She walked an entire step out of bounds, not to mention the travel.
13-point lead, timeout Metamora.
It's not going to help when the official on the far side falls asleep.
Yeah, this is...
Peanut Gallery's not happy.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, earlier you have basic fundamental plays as an official where he's running right by the coach, doesn't give her the timeout when she's clearly right there going timeout, timeout, timeout. 10-2 foul count. I mean, this is unbelievable. The refs can never be the reason, but they can sure as heck be a reason. 60-47.
Well, like you said, they're not the reason. Yeah, if you're Metamora, you could make some threes. You could make little stuff inside like that.
Remember this score, 60-47 Kankakee, 2:02 to go. It's now or never for the Redbirds. In terms of the season, anyway.
You need at least two possessions where you get up threes that go in.
Ramage into Lallman-Deer.
I mean, screen somebody open.
To Pasha. Ramage. Lane. Jumper. No good. Needed that. Rebound Avery Jackson.
Once again, didn't look to the right. Look to your right. So they're zone, right? So they're playing three people strong side, two people weak side. If the two people are on you, there's got to be somebody open.
Kankakee is going to win this ball game. Lallman-Deer for three. Good.
That's good. Yeah, my prediction after half was wrong. The mentals didn't play in. You know what they say, Alex, ball don't lie.
.105 to go. 12-point lead for the K's. Lost it.
That's a good rip.
Need this one to go. Redgate for two, blocked by Williams. Rebound Lallman-Deer, foul off the on the floor.
See, with a minute left, down 12, you need a three, not a two.
54.1 seconds to go. Kankakee by 12.
Store's not even on the floor. They're just letting her take a three.
Tyra, no good. Williams with the rebound. Store for two.
Now it's over. So Metamora's going to call a timeout, drop the final 40 some odd seconds of the year.
41.6 seconds. Peoria High edges Rock Island 53-43, so the winner of this game will get Peoria High next Tuesday.
But hey, you may be a little bit buggered if this is, with barring a miracle, this is, what the final of this game is going to look like. Let's remember something. All you got to do is go and look at the IHA website and your coach's record, having a 20-plus win season but still being only 500. You are not that far removed from single-digit win, 21-8. You're not that far off from 8-21, or worse, right?
Yeah.
You had a coach for 2 years that wins 5 games, has 53 losses in the last decade. You get the first 5 seasons of Morrow where you're under 500, then you're on a come-up, you get there, and now this year you bust through with the 20-win season. So you're in a good position for your future, and you got to keep that in mind. Celebrate Lexi McClure as she walks off this floor tonight because it is her final game. Looks like she's having a good time down there with one of the officials, and that's good because it's fun.
Hard to have a good time with the officials, though, the way they've called this game.
Well, yeah, but even still, if you're a fan, be mad about it. But if you're the players, have fun.
Jackson for 2.
I don't know Lexi McClure's recruiting profile or anything, but if she doesn't play college ball, this is the last time that she plays
Lincoln
basketball.
Christian next year.
Organized? Okay.
Alana Terry, bucket is good. And Kankakee is going to be your regional champion. McClure, no good. Rebound Store. And the Kankakee K's are your regional champions.
Playing hard until the end.
We'll be right back with Coach Morrow. So, back here in Kankakee with Coach Morrow, and Coach, this one stings, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But kind of an interesting dynamic here. I told one of the parents afterwards, normally this is pretty heavy hitting. You only lose one player going into next year. Was that part of what was said in the locker room?
No, we didn't really touch on that as much, but I did tell him that this should sting because we were right there. The last 3 minutes of the ball game, they got us. In the last 3 minutes, we kind of panicked. We didn't handle ourselves incredibly well. But yeah, it is encouraging to know that we did talk, I guess, a little bit about how young we are and how senior laden they, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I told him it should sting a little bit.
What kind of, because there's plenty of positives you can take away from this season.
Yeah.
Back-to-back 20-win seasons, first time in a very long time.
Right.
Competed with some of the best teams on our schedule.
Right.
There are certainly a lot of positives to take away from this season.
I think after we lost what we did and having the experience that we were inexperience that we knew we would have, I told the kids that I was incredibly proud of what they did accomplish this year. I don't think anybody thought we would get 20 wins this year. I don't think anybody thought that we would be, we would do as well as we did. And I don't think people expected that of us. They didn't quite know, but they kind of looked at it as a building year for us. So I think this group of kids kind of, outdid themselves in some ways and surpassed what I think people thought they would do at the beginning of the year. But like I said, when you're right there, it does kind of sting. It's frustrating. I think the kids they'll take this, and I think they will get better, and we will use this as good motivation for us.
I know this probably isn't the mentality you might have as a coach, but I just want to thank you because I know, like I said, I know this probably isn't the way you put it, but what you've done to this program obviously means the world because, it was rough,
Yeah.
And folks at home, I don't mean this in a selfish intent, but you and I being the only ones non-administratively to have been here through all these 6 years, you see that 2-25, that 4-24, right. And you see it all come to fruition. The Philadelphia 76ers, a year or two ago, using that trust the process.
Yeah.
We're trusting the process continues, and hopefully it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah, you know, we're blessed. You know, I came here and I didn't quite know what I was walking into. I didn't quite know how it was going to go. But I have been incredibly blessed with the parents and the kids, and probably the only other people that have been here the 6 years is the Lalamandeers. And bless their hearts, because they're still here, and we're blessed to have, you know, more Lalamandeers. Too bad they didn't have more kids. But, you know, we've got great kids. We've got great parents. You know, we've got a great administration. You know, I'm very blessed to be here, you know, and I always say, and we always say as coaches, as long as it's fun, you're going to stay doing what you're doing. And I really feel like, you know, I'm enjoying it. It's still fun. It doesn't always feel like work. And so we're going to keep going.
Well, Coach, thanks for all that you do. Thanks for being lucky. We're pretty lucky to have you. So
thank you.
Thanks for a great season.
Thank you.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Kankakee. Hardest part of the season right here. Signing off for the final time this season. Again, we will be back for a 7th year of Redbird Replay on 4 girls basketball, so no need to fret about that. It's time to go through end of the game stats. First for Kankakee. Avery Jackson, 8 twos, 4 of, let's see, did I do my math right? 4 of 7, 2 fouls and 20 points. Taylor Alberti, 1 of 2 from the line, 2 fouls, 1 point. Amani Williams, 5 twos, 0 of 2, 10 points. Ambronette Store, holy Toledo. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 twos. You know, it's probably some unearned free throws, if you will. In other words, gifted by the officiating, but here's her free throw numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 7, 9, 11 for 12. 24, 34, 35 points for Ambronette Store. She gets in foul trouble, they lose this game. So, then Michaela Armstrong, 1 foul and no points. Kankakee team stats here. 13, 25 twos, no threes. 16 of 23 from the free throw line, 66 points. And for the final time in the 2019-20 season, here are your end of the game stats for Metamora. The departing senior, Lexi McClure, will head to Lincoln Christian University and AIA School in Lincoln, Illinois next year. Lexi's stat line, 1 foul and no points. Grace Tyra, 4 fouls, 2 threes, 6 points. Katie Lalamandeer, 2 twos, 1 3, 3 fouls, 7 points. Let's see here, a couple lines down. Kayla Pasha, 2 twos, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 8 points. Katie Ramage, 4 twos, 8 points. So Katie Ramage finishes just shy of 300 points on the season, finishes with 297. Cam Youngquist, 1 3, 3 points. Elena Redgate, 6 twos, 12 points and 2 fouls. Alana Terry, 3 fouls, 4 twos, 8 points. Redbirds as a team, 18 twos, 4 threes. Kayla Pace's 4 of 7 at the line is all we shot. 52 points. 26 and 9 is 35. Then 17 is 52. So the Redbirds had their best quarter of the game at the finish, 17-point fourth quarter. Quarter by quarter. Kankakee 15-11 in the first. Metamora 15-9 in the second. Kankakee 18-9 in the third. Kankakee 24-17 in the fourth and final quarter of this 2019-2020 season. Redbirds, with the loss, finished the 2019-2020 campaign with a record of 21 wins and 9 losses, 9-5 in the Mid-Atlantic Conference. Some exciting wins and really games overall over the course of the season. We'll talk much more about that at our end of season show, which I'm expecting we'll have within the next week or so. And yeah, it was fun. You know, obviously every season's got its ups and downs, you know, but there's definitely the epitome of a bright future ahead with this program. Obviously, it's tough to see a girl like Lexi go. Had a nice talk with her after the game. And, you know, you see the support this program continues to get. Alumni Abby Coates and Ann Peters, players at Trinity Christian, made the trip from their campus to see this game. You know, you see the increased support, whether it be players coming back, whether it be, you know, increased support not just from the community, support from the media. Doesn't even need to be pro Metamora, just, you know, coverage. It's certainly gone up, and a big thanks to Coach Morrow for getting this program to that point on top of this incredible class of players we have coming through. So, I want to thank Coach Morrow for talking with me on the post game. I want to thank Michael Dion for joining me tonight and calling the game with me. Had a great time seeing him and getting to call a basketball game with him as well. I want to thank you, the fans, for all your generous support throughout the season. And again, it's people like you that have us coming back for a 7th season next year. So, final score, number 7 Kankakee 66, your Metamora Redbirds 52. And for the final time in the 2019-2020 season, this is Alex Dobbs saying good night.